What happens when an entire continent prepares for war and still fails? The Second Crusade was supposed to be unstoppable. Kings joined. Armies marchaient. Hope was everywhere. But what followed was something no one expected. After the First Crusade, Europe believed something had changed. Jerusalem had been taken. Against all odds. It felt like proof that God was on their side. So when the call came again, people didn't hesitate. This time, it was different. This time, kings would lead the war. Louis VII of France, Conrad III of Germany. Not scattered knights, not desperate crowds, but real armies, organized, equipped, ready. Or so it seemed. The journey began. Thousands moved east, across lands they did not know, through territories they did not control. At first, there was confidence. But slowly, things began to change. Supplies ran low. Discipline weakened. The land became unfamiliar. And the enemy was always watching. The Seljuk Turks did not fight like European armies. They did not wait. They did not face them directly. They struck and disappeared. Again and again. Ambushes, raids, constant pressure. The Crusader armies were strong, but they were not prepared for this. Men fell, not in one great battle, but slowly, relentlessly. The further they marched, the weaker they became. By the time they reached the east, they were no longer the same army. Numbers had dropped. Morale had changed. What once felt like destiny now felt uncertain. But they continued. Because turning back was no longer an option. Then came the decision. Damascus, a powerful city, a strategic target, but also a mistake. The Crusaders laid siege. At first, it seemed possible. But everything went wrong. Confusion, disagreement, poor decisions. And time was not on their side. Within days, the siege collapsed. Not because they couldn't fight, but because they couldn't agree. And just like that, it was over. No great victory, no holy triumph. Only retreat. The armies returned to Europe, weaker, divided, defeated. What began with hope ended in failure. The Second Crusade did not just fail. It changed something deeper. For the first time, people began to question not the enemy, but themselves and the decisions that had brought them there. Because this was not the end. It was only the beginning of something even greater and even more dangerous.